In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how we can use another selection tool called the Magic Wand. Arguably one of the more popular of the selection tools, Magic Wand has two that I can choose from, the Magic Wand tool and the Quick Selection tool. If I select the Magic Wand tool, it'll look just as it's described, like a magic wand. I can adjust the aliases and how much pixels it will select. The higher the tolerance, the more pixels it selects. By default, it's usually 32. So if I click where the pixels are, it will select pretty much all of them because it's just one simple shape. You'll find that in photographs, though, it may select additional pixels that you don't want, in which case you may have to add or subtract to the pixels. I would suggest referring to that tutorial where I talk about adding and subtracting to your pixel selections. If you click on the magic wand again after you've selected, it will deselect the pixels that you've just selected. So if I click over to here, let's turn this layer off so you can see. Right now, it only has the pixels, the black pixels selected. If I click in this transparent area, note that it's selected all of these. It hasn't selected these though because it can only select one thing at a time. So if I want these pixels selected as well, then I would have to add to the pixel selection. Again, refer to that tutorial where I talk about adding and subtracting from your selections. To turn them off, I just click on where I selected and it turns them off. The Quick Selection tool is like a brush. I can change its size, I can change its shape, and I can set it to where I'm adding or subtracting pixels. I can just click and it will only select the size of this brush. If I click again, it will add more pixels to the selection. If I adjust the size of the brush to smaller, as you can see, it picks a smaller selection of pixels. And then when I click again, it keeps selecting smaller sizes. The smaller the brush, the less pixels it selects. I can also brush with it, in which case if I click and drag, it will then snap and select only those pixels. The brush selection tool is actually a very popular feature because it grants you a little bit more control of which pixels you can select because of the brush quality that you can adjust the size of the brush. You can also, just like brushes, adjust the size, the hardness, and the pressure. And this is how we use the brush tool features in Photoshop.